Hello, Vinayak sir, am I audible? Okay.
Hello, everyone. We will wait for a few more minutes for others to join and then begin the session.
Aditya, I just see participant joining. Maybe we wait for some more time, couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hello, Bhopatkar sir.
Hello.
We'll wait for a few more minutes. What say?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Couples, I think maybe we can start. It's already 4:05. So in the interest of
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So,
All right, as you said. Yes, sir, you were saying something?
no, nothing. We can start the session. That's all.
Okay. Good evening to all of you. I'm Aditi Tor, and I welcome you on behalf of Guru Nanak Institute of Management Studies, one of the most prestigious management institutes since 2002. I also welcome Professor Kapil Bhopatkar, faculty in charge of finance and head admissions and marketing, and the GNIMS admissions team, the IT team, the faculty members present, and last but not the least, the team from TEDx Edicom. It has been a pleasure for me to serve as an academic coordinator at this prestigious management institute. Now, we are well aware of the times that we are in and also the times that we are heading into, which is why I would like to thank you all for connecting with us through this webinar. We are proud to present to you two of our most successful management programs, Postgraduate Diploma in Management, which is PGDM, and Masters in Management Studies, which is MMS. We will be discussing about the features and the admission procedures for the same throughout this webinar. As this is going to be an extensively interactive session, I request you all to openly discuss your questions and queries with our team. Also, today we have with us Professor Kapil Bhopatkar, who will address you and guide you throughout the session. Sir, would you like to briefly address the students here?
Sure. So, welcome everyone. And I know you must be attending a lot of webinars, a lot of people telling you about what to do, guiding you and all that. Today's topic basically is how does PGDM help you navigate in the VUCA world. So I would like to begin this session by basically helping you to understand what do I mean when I say it's a VUCA world. What does VUCA stands for? So VUCA stands for volatile. It stands for uncertainty, right? It's a critical word, right? It is ambiguous, and that is why we are in this VUCA world. Now, to give you an example, last year, same time, we were thinking about the fact that maybe, everything is hunky-dory now. Finally, we've got a virus on COVID, and then everything opened up and we were all jumping up with joy. We thought everything is back to normal, and then the second wave started. And right now we are now dealing with the third wave, which is expected around September or December. And in the last 1.5 years, 2 years, what we have understood is that some of us decided to stop. Let us wait for this COVID to get over, then I will plan what I have to do with my life, particularly the student fraternity. And a lot of people, Aditi ma'am, postponed the decision of doing their MMS or their PGDM to the next year.
That's right.
And now this year, you have the backlog of the last year plus students, because you cannot wait indefinitely. See, when you are going into the corporate world, the one thing that the recruiter doesn't like is if he sees gaps in your academic life, or he sees gaps between academics and corporates. For example, if you have graduated last year, right, the recruiter would like to know what were you doing the whole year after you graduated. Then the answer usually is that, look, I was preparing for my CET exam, right? The next thing he's going to ask you is your CET score. And if it is not in right up there in the 85 percentile or the 80 percentile, then he's going to judge you, because he's going to think that this person, this individual worked hard for the CET for an entire 1 year, and all he could manage was a 60 percentile or a 65 percentile. So immediately in his mind, he has bracketed you as a mid-level performer, which you don't want to be, right? And that is why what I am telling students, what I was telling students even last year, is that we need to adapt ourselves. That is what human beings do. We need to adapt ourselves to the new normal. And what is this new normal? This is the new normal, right? We had a very tough time, some of the faculties, when we went from then offline mode to the online mode. When you change the medium of instructions, you also have to change the content. You have to adapt your content to the changing technology. You need to pace your lectures. So it was not only a challenge for the student who had to understand it, it was also a challenge for the faculty. And because we persisted, we improved, we managed to place 85% of our students despite COVID. I'm very happy to tell you that around 110 to 120 companies have come to the campus, and they have arranged for Google interviews to Zoom interviews, and we have managed to place around 85% of our students. So how did we manage that? We managed that by opening up the latent resource of the internet, extensive use of media, lot of online courses, which we incorporated into our PGDM program, as a result of which the employability level has gone up. And that is why today I'm here to talk to you about the relevance of postgraduate diploma in management in today's world, which we call the VUCA world.
Right. Right.
What is this
So,
PGDM all about? Because I get this all the time, sir, what is a PGDM? Is it, is it not only a postgraduate diploma? We would like to do an MBA. But at this point in time, let us, start by debunking a few myths. There is no such degree by the nomenclature of an MBA. No college in Mumbai, no institute offers an MBA as a degree. It is always the PGDM. And what is the, the North Star for all management education? It is the IIMs, right? IIMs, the degree given by the IIM,
right.
is a PGDM degree. It's not an MMS degree or an MBA degree. The Ministry of HRD has always already issued a instruction or notification saying that the PGDM, is equivalent to an master's in management, provided it is AICTE approved. And what is AICTE? AICTE is the All India Council of Technical Education, which is the apex body for all management education, right? So you need to understand that. And that these are some of the myths that we need to debunk today. That there is no such degree as a MBA. There is a PGDM, which is known as an MBA. So normally, see, if I'm having a drink of water and it is called Peculiar Aqua, but when I go to a shop, I always say, give me a Bisleri. And he gives me a Peculiar or whatever brand, and I drink the water. So it is known as the MBA. That is point number one that I would like to first start with respect to the PGDM. The second question, which if the students are from Mumbai, and I think some of the students are from Mumbai or Maharashtra, we need to understand the second frequently asked question is, what is the difference between a PGDM and a MMS? And which is more, which course should I pursue? So let me tell you the difference between MMS and PGDM. See, MMS is a Mumbai University ka management course. It is not an MBA. It is a MMS. The PGDM is known as an MBA, right? Most of our recruiters who come to recruit, they themselves are PGDM. MMS happens to be a Mumbai and more of Maharashtra-centric phenomenon. Outside of Maharashtra, no management institute gives MMS.
MMS.
You go to Delhi, you go to the Delhi Business School. The degree that is given is a PGDM degree, which is known as an MBA. But then, what is the other difference? See, here I always give an example of a black and yellow taxi, जिसे हम मुंबई की भाषा में काली पीली टैक्सी कहते हैं, and the new version, which is Ola and Uber. There are some inherent defects in that MMS program, which I would like to very vocally express myself. Let us talk about PGDM. The PGDM, when it's compared to MMS, has a very highly adaptive, latest, upgraded syllabus. And the way the syllabus of PGDM is designed is that we go to the corporates first. The syllabus of PGDM is designed by the corporates in association with the academics. So the corporates who are ultimately going to be the people who are going to recruit you, you are going to join them. So we go to them and ask them, what kind of skill set do these people need to know? What kind of concepts they need to be clear with? What is the latest in the market? What are the kind of people you are, recruiting? What kind of skill set you are looking for? What kind of conceptual clarity you are looking for in the students? And we collect all that data, we align that data, and we then design a curriculum with the help of the corporates. So what happens? The syllabus of PGDM becomes a more updated syllabus. And what are the corporates telling us? The corporates are telling us, sir, you just reduce the number of lecture hours, give them more projects, give them more live projects, make them come to the corporates for a week, let them be a shadow manager, let them follow the manager for some time. And that is how they'll get the feel of the corporates. That is the first thing that they are saying. And that is why the syllabus of PGDM is a highly applied one, right? Just can you give me a minute? So in that sense, it is a more highly applied curriculum, point number one. Point number two, it has a lot of research projects. It has a lot of applied component. It has a lot of corporate short-term internships. So you have a winter internship, a summer internship, and I'll be talking about that, right? The second difference is that, what the corporates are telling us is that, sir, conceptual clarity has to be there, basic conceptual clarity. The second most important thing is the right attitude. And that attitude that needs to be developed in the 2 years cannot be developed in the classroom where one person is talking and 60 students are listening. It happens, and attitude develops when the faculty-student interaction or the faculty mentor-student interaction increases outside the four walls of the classroom. And that is when in PGDM we have a wonderful mentoring program where every student is assigned one corporate mentor, one academic mentor, and together. And what is attitude? Attitude is, how do I look at things? How do I react to events? Do I have the positive attitude? Do I have the energy? The next thing that the corporates, always want is soft skills. If you look at the major difference between the top B schools and B schools which are not right now up there, I would say, is that the students of the B schools from this established B schools have a wonderful vocab. The spoken English is much better as compared to the other students, and that is why we need to now see Narayan Murthy, sir, the founder of Infosys, made a statement last week that we should now accept that English is the corporate language, is the language of the corporate. He said that we better accept it. So, whatever my mother tongue may be, right? But the language of the corporates has been English, and we need to develop our spoken English. And when I talk about, or when I think about spoken English, how do I improve my English? By communicating in English. I might be speaking in a very Indian accent. That's okay, but I should be able to put forth my point. I should be able to express myself. I should be able to communicate with the panelist, with the recruiter, right? And this requires that I need to speak in English. And that is why what we have done here is we have now tied up, because we said that, we need some expert agencies who will not only teach them how to speak in English, but will also tell them how to write the correct English. It's very basic. I want to tell my mentor that I won't be attending the mentoring session, or I'll be late. And basic communication like this, if you want to just apply to an corporate that you need a casual leave, you need to draft an email. And what has happened is, because students who join the PGDM MBA program, they come from various varied backgrounds. What we found common was that the soft skills is lacking, and the soft skills is not simply limited to spoken English. It also includes how to dress up, what to wear,
Overall presentation.
how to design PowerPoint presentations, how to present your PPTs, how to stand up. So we have had students in the initial stage before the foundation course begins, who, when you design a PPT, how to design a PPT, we go to any BMS or undergrad colleges, and most of the colleges, I would say, where the PPT is presented, what they do is they just simply cut, copy, paste all the masala from the Wikipedia and simply plaster it on the PPT wall, and then the student keeps looking at that PPT and keeps talking to the wall. The faculty is sitting on the right hand side, you're looking at the left hand side, and you're looking at the PPT and talking. How to present, where to stand while delivering a presentation, what should be on your PPT, what should not be on your PPT. The PPT is an aid to assist the speaker. If all the information is on the PPT, who is going to listen to the speaker, you tell me? So these are some of the things, meeting etiquettes. How to drink a cup of coffee in barista, right? So when you stir your cup of coffee, and then that coffee drips on the spoon, then it drips on the saucer, then you pick up the coffee cup to have a coffee, and then it drips onto your shirt. How to avoid that? How to eat a meal when you are amongst your seniors? All these things matter. All these things. See, I'm not saying that we are a finishing school, but it has come to us now to deliver this. So ultimately, what do the corporates want? They want conceptual clarity. Once again, they want the attitude. They want the soft skills. I mean, let me just ask you, what is the first question in any interview that is happening anywhere in the world with respect to an MMS or a PGDM student? It is, tell me something about yourself. That is the first question. So what we have done is, from last year onwards, we have requested the student to prepare a 5-minute video of his or her own presentation, and then have a look at it. And then every 6 months do that. Every 6 months, make a presentation. Tell me something about yourself, and don't start with, my name is Kapil Popatkar and I live in Shivaji Park, and I've got a father and a mother and siblings, and I've done my school. And go beyond it. Tell me something which will entice me into recruiting you. That is the first question. And if you see, why is that question asked? The question is asked so that we can understand how we can communicate. How does the student communicate? The minute he opens his mouth, the faculty, the recruiter has decided, whether to recruit him or not. Let me be very frank with you, right? So this is something that is required today in PGDM. So our PGDM starts with a very strong foundation course, right? And in that foundation course, it is divided into academic foundation. It is in the first academic foundation course. Why do we need to have an academic foundation? After all, these students are graduates from recognized universities. But what happens, Aditi ma'am, that most of these students tend to come from various backgrounds, academic backgrounds. If you take a student
Uh-huh.
of commerce, if you take a student of commerce or BAC, so or even BMS in finance, that student is going to find accounting very easy, right?
Yes.
Because because he has already learned it for 5 years, but he is going to find operations very difficult. An engineering student, a student from an engineering, mechanical engineering or electrical engineering background, by its very nature, will find operations very easy, but will find accounts very difficult. So what we do is that we provide a very strong foundation course to these students depending upon the profile that we get. We do an intensive student profiling. We profile them on the basis of their academic background, on the basic of their interviews, and there is a whole lot of data and data analytics that goes into before we finally have a true picture of the student. And then we customize the course. Of course, there is some part which is going to be similar, common to all students, but we customized it. And that is where the focus of the strong foundation course comes into picture, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. So the second thing that we do, um, uh, is that we go for the corporate foundation also. So in the second week itself, recruiters who have been visiting us for the past 2 years, 3 years, we invite them to the institute. And these recruiters who are our regular recruiters and alumni who have been placed with those recruiters, so they come together. So you have a student who is graduated in 2015, 6 years into the system. He is in sync analytics. He comes with his senior, right? And then he addresses the students and tells them, what was his experience, what mistakes he made. Then the senior will come and tell you what kind of skill set he is looking for 2 years afterwards when he comes to final recruit them finally, for the final recruitment. So this is a great way of networking. The students network with the alumni networks with the students, and they network with the corporates, and it goes a long way in getting a nice summer internship. Of course, we are the one who arrange the summer internship. We are the one who will arrange for the final placement. We are the one who is going to arrange for the interviews. We are the one who are going to call the companies. That is what we do.
Hmm.
And then after that corporate internship, then we go to the soft skills, and that is where we have tied up with external agencies who are going to teach you spoken English. They are going to have regular lectures in English. Everyone will communicate in English. How to draft application letters, how to draft emails, what is the latest in business communication. That all comes into picture, right? So all those things that we discussed, those get, that's the kickstart or the head start. We call it the head start because we get that head start.
Right.
Then in the fourth week, we are assigned a mentor. The student is assigned a mentor, and the mentor is a corporate mentor and the academic mentor. The corporate mentor will keep a quarterly watch on the, just like on companies, we have quarterly results. Because similarly, students in every trimester, their results are tracked by their corporate mentor. And the mentor is someone who will help you understand the whole system, the whole management game. And these are people who have spent their entire lives in the corporates, 20 years, 30 years in the corporates. And they have a wealth of information, wealth of knowledge to share, wealth of experiences as to how to, what to do and what not to do in the corporate world, right? What should be your placement strategy, right? I get it all the time. How to choose your specialization? So there are psychometric tests, multiple tests are conducted, and on the basis of those tests, we decide. Uh, we just suggest, rather than decide is not the right word. We suggest to the student that this is a specialization that you should choose for. It's a very scientific process. See, I'll tell you. I'm just going to spend a few minutes on how to choose your specialization, and then on the placement strategy. Then I'll talk about some of the USPs, and then I'll be open for any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you, right? So, what is that I'm talking about? The one thing that I'm talking about in placement or in present, in specializations. Never choose your specialization based on negative emotion or a negative thought or a negative attitude. What's a negative attitude? For example, Aditi tells me that, look, sir, I chose marketing because I'm not good at numbers. Now, just imagine 10 years later, Aditi is the product manager
Selling
in a big,
stuff.
yeah, in a cosmetics firm, and she wants to launch a new product and she requires 25 crores, or not 25 crores से कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, लेकिन let us take about 200 crores. How is she going to convince the company to give her that 200 crores? Who is going to give her that money? It is the finance department that is going to give her the money. And what is the finance department going to understand? It is going to understand numbers. If Aditi comes with a brand of lipstick and simply throws a very tacky dialogue from a 1980s Hindi film, कि सर ये लिपस्टिक तो बाजार में आग लगा देगी, that is not going to help a finance person. He is going to be asking you, tell me, what is going to be the sales revenue that you plan to generate with this addition? What is the contribution going to be to the top line and the bottom line? How much profitability? When are you going to break even? And if you
So
don't have
this
an
way
answer,
or that way, what I don't like is going to follow me anyway,
yeah.
anywhere.
Okay, see, basically, I mean, I'm going to give you I can give you a different example also. But then you cannot say that, अरे sir, I chose marketing because ये सबसे बचना था. आ गया. मतलब जंगल में आप शेर से डर के भागे और पहुंचे कहा शेर की गुफा में. वो अपने फैमिली के साथ रात को डिनर करने आ गया. उल्टा भी होता है. There are students who take up finance because they don't want to sell. Somehow selling seems to be a job that is for the lower strata, or lower strata means lower IQ strata is what they think. What they don't understand is the best student of IIM in marketing, the first job that he gets is selling. No, sorry, a student of finance in IIM, the first job that he gets is selling financial products. Now, then you come back to the mentor and say, sir, this is selling. I chose finance. No, so why will I sell? ऐसा नहीं होता. There are no razor, and compact, tight compartments. These specializations are different languages that we speak. Please understand. The problem with selling is that when I say selling, the visual that you get is of a person who is sweating, perspiring, looking ugly, climbing up the stairs, knocking on doors and selling agarbattis. Ask yourself, when was the last time anyone came like this at your doorstep, my dear friend? ऐसे selling नहीं होता है. One of my best finance student is in a company, Motilal Oswal, and he is selling a financial product where the ticket size is 2.5 crores. अभी 2.5 करोड़ जो बेचने आएगा वो ऐसा तो नहीं आएगा ना, तब तक 2.5 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट है आप लोगों का. So that is where it is. I also can give you an example of HR. Students taking up HR because it's a very nice job. What is the first job that you will get, as a HR? It will be recruitment. Now, supposingly you want to recruit, say, Kapil Bhopatkar, and tell him, convince him that you give up your position at GNIMS and join ABC. The first thing that I'm going to ask is, what is going to be my pay raise? What are the tax breaks? What are the ESOPs? Why should I simply leave my company, join your company? What are the financial problems? Now, what are you going to tell that person? Are us company ka canteen अच्छा है? To a senior level manager, is he going to shift job because the canteen is good? उधर का उपमा अच्छा मिलता है? You will have to talk numbers. When you do appraisal, don't you follow a normal distribution curve?
Yes, yes.
When you do payroll, aren't you dealing with numbers? When you know everything is in numbers. So what I'm trying to tell you, don't choose your specialization based on negative attitude. We have had stupid, I've had some candidates out here. Okay, I'm also a career counselor and academic counselor. They're coming and telling me, why did you take up finance? No, because my friend did. Now 2 years later, both these friends, if they manage to remain friends, are gunning for the same job. Now what are you going to tell? नहीं, Aditi is my best friend, मेरे को नौकरी नहीं दिया तो भी चलेगा, Aditi को दे. ऐसा होता है क्या? It doesn't work that way. We have seen best of friends during college, when they come to for the reunion, they are not even looking at each other, not even acknowledging each other. That is how feeble the relationships are today. How can you base a career decision based on this? It is unscientific. It is irrational. We have had people.
Absolutely.
We have had people choosing and telling me that, look sir, फाइनेंस को लास्ट ईयर मैक्सिमम पैकेज मिला था इसलिए मैं फाइनेंस ले रही. देन आई सिट देम डाउन एंड आई टेल बाबा तू थोड़ा पानी पी शांति से. और मैं उसको एक कहानी सुनाता हूँ कि जो कि भारत के किसान की कहानी है. भारत का किसान जो है उसने आलू उगाए और वो मंडी गया बेचने. मंडी जब वो गया तो उसको पता चले कि यार सबने आलू बनाया है, सब आलू बेचना है, तो आलू का दाम गिर गया है, किसी ने टमाटर नहीं बनाया, इसलिए टमाटर का भाव ज्यादा है, इसलिए वो टमाटर बोता है. नेक्स्ट ईयर जब मंडी जाता है सब टमाटर ही टमाटर है. तर वी हॅव अ सेइंग इन मराठी दॅट शेतकरी नेहमी पुढच्या वर्षी श्रीमंत होणार असतो. वही ट्रेजेडी है उसका. So that is then how do I choose my specialization? You choose your specialization based on only one thing. First of all, you don't choose your specialization. Do you need to take that decision today? Be it a PGDM or MMS, you tell me.
No, not at all.
The first year, all the subjects are common. अरे जब आप शादी में जाते हैं, आप शादी में एंटर होते होते डिसाइड किया पनीर बटर मसाला खाऊंगा, वैनिला आइसक्रीम खाऊंगा, रोटी खाऊंगा. What do you do? What I used to do when I used to go for weddings, that you take a tour of the buffet counter very sheepishly so that no one notices. Then you decide what to eat and then you eat it. See what happens. I'll tell you, Aditi, that when you attend lectures in the first year with a bias of a specialization, na, automatically your system चाहिए. मैं तो marketing लेने वाला हूँ या accounts में क्या मेरे को passing marks चाहिए. That is the wrong attitude. There is a reason why that very subject has been put there. It is not to stress you out, but management today. See what will happen if today I go to a doctor कि मेरे कान में दर्द है, यहाँ पे बहुत दर्द हो रहा है, and he has a look and he said sorry. Sorry क्या? No. बोला I said but you are a ear specialist. मैं बाएं कान का स्पेशलिस्ट हूँ, तुम दाएं कान वाले. इतना स्पेशलाइजेशन करते करते प्रॉब्लम ये हो गया कि आज इंडस्ट्री को जनरलिस्ट चाहिए. एक आदमी जो टीम प्लेयर बन के हर डिपार्टमेंट में घूम सके, उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी ज्यादा है मैनेजर बनने की.
Right.
That is what you need to understand. And this comes to specialization. That is what I'm talking about. The only reason I think you should choose a specialization is because you love it. That's the language that you speak. A marketing person speaks in that marketing language. A finance person, I am going to look at only risk return in anything, in my even outside the sphere of my work. So that comes to specialization. The second point that I want to make is about your placement strategy. I'll make another 2 minutes and then I will. I think I have some time. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about placement strategy. Just ask any student here. For example, there is Vinayak Prabhu. Ask Vinayak Prabhu. Vinayak, what is the package that you would like? So Vinayak tells me, sir, 8 lakhs. दिया नहीं मिला तो मैं नौकरी छोड़ूंगा. मिलेगा. अच्छा विनायक, कौन से कंपनी में काम करने का भाई अपने को? Which companies would you like to target, sir? Multinational. मिला. Any specific job profile you would like? Sir, research analyst. Desk job, core finance. मिला. ये सब एक साथ नहीं मिलता. That is a reality check that you should have. I know at this point in time when you are preparing for your CET, everyone is looking only at JBIMS. Then when you give the first mock test, there is a reality check. Then you get the second mock test, you improve once again, you start dreaming of JB. Then the third mock test, what happens? People who try to lose weight, there is an initial bonus. पहला 6 किलो एकदम कम होता है और 6 किलो के बाद एक जिसको महाबलेश्वर का प्लेटो आता है, इतना भी दौड़ो कम नहीं हो रहा है. That is the
That's right.
that is what is an aptitude test is.
Correct.
It is your aptitude. It cannot increase overnight. There needs a lot of introspection. It simply practicing is not going to help you. You need the speed. Of course, you need the practice, but you need to command your talent at will. So when it comes to placement strategy, I've given you two examples. One of the students, what clarity. She did her summer internship with Tata's, okay, for 2 months. She came back and she was happy. She said, I want to work with Tata's. I said, do you know what Tata's do? There's a Tata Motors, Tata Steel, Tata Chemicals, Tata Finance, Tata Homes, everything. She said, I don't know, I want to work with Tata. So she was so helped because what had happened is she extremely was impressed by the way she was mentored for 2 months. And for her, it mattered the most. And Aditi, she got into Tata's, yeah. She rejected every other, and she got it at a very low pay. Tatas are not great, you know that. So, but she got into it at an entry level. Very happy. This is another guy, Gokul, comes to me and tells me, I want to be a research analyst. Bagar had gotten an opportunity from Kotak, an offer of 4.5 lakhs. I'm talking 3 years back, which is an above average package. He refused the package. He said, no, मुझे research analyst बनना है. I told him that research analyst never gets paid a lot because there are a lot of research analysts and you really need to prove your mettle. He said, I don't care. This is what I like. I'm going to do it. Join the company at a package of 2.5. It requires guts.
Yes.
Today, he's shifting to Canada. He made a lot of money in 3 years. Went up the corporate ladder, and now he's joining a firm in Canada as an equity analyst. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you can either choose the profile or you can choose a package. One of the students, मेरे को package ज़्यादा चाहिए. काम तुम बोलेगा वो काम मैं करेगा. Legal, of course, but this is what he said. He got a package of 10 lakhs in Dubai, but he said, I'll go to Dubai for those 10 lakhs. आप में से कितने लोग इसमें से क्या करने को तैयार है? आपका स्ट्रेटेजी क्या है? कि आपका स्ट्रेटेजी है कि मैं ऐसे बैठे रहूंगा, प्लेसमेंट टीम कंपनी लाती रहेगी और मैं रिजेक्ट करता हूँ, इससे बड़ी आएगी, इससे बड़ी आएगी. It is like, you're waiting at the bus stop, next bus, till you realize that was the last bus. Then desperation. I've had an instance where there were two students who got selected in Kotak. One immediately accepted the offer, the other didn't work. The other one didn't. And 4 months later, 5 months later, he's still not able to get a job. Finally, he came back to us. Coincidentally, Kotak came calling again. Coincidentally, he got the job. The second time. First time he rejected the company. Second time the company came, he got the job. 1 week later, he resigned. You know why? The friend of his with whom he had applied for the first time was now his team manager.
Okay.
सी 6 महीने पहले कैंटीन में तुम उसके टेबल पे जाके उसके प्लेट में से समोसा उठा के उसको बिना बताए खा सकते थे. अब एक हायरार्की आ गई ना.
Right.
So that placement strategy has to be in place. So this is what we do at GNMS for our PGDM, developing the attitude, the soft skills. And let us look at some of the other USPs. See, we have tie-up with 17 universities in UK and Europe. For the past 1 year, because of the COVID situation, we could not exploit it offline. But what happens is, the representatives or Indian counterparts of these universities come calling, and the students, along with the mentors, one student, it's not a group presentation. The student, along with the mentor and the corporate mentor, if he desires to be accepted in that university, he prepares a business plan, and that business plan has to be innovative. It either has to be an innovative business idea or an innovative service idea or innovative technological input. And then representatives, I said, of these universities, namely, I'll give you 2 universities where we have actually sent students consistently. Teesside University UK, TEESIDE University UK, please go and check on the internet. And Aarhus University, that is AARHUS University in Denmark. We have sent 17, 18 students per year to these universities when they were selected. Now, what is a good business idea? I'll just give an example. One of the students came up with a very idea which initially we said, "Ye kaise ho sakta hai?" So, supposingly, say I'll pick up a name, that is Kevin Monteiro out here, who is going to MG Road or Koramangalam in Bangalore, right? He switches on that app, and that app will tell him where in Koramangalam can he find a parking space. Now, in India, it might sound like a far-fetched idea, but out there in the Europe, it's very much possible. And they picked him. It's so wonderful, this thing. One idea in the local, which somebody suggested, was that we have, Ola, Uber. So we should have an
Yes.
independent two-wheeler pickup.
Yes.
Now it's fast, it's cheap, flexibility, everything is there. It's good business, has the same business model as Ola or Uber. Oh, but sir, then what about the ladies? Let the ladies drive. You can choose a lady driver. So if Aditi wants to go from here to wherever she stays, she doesn't want to book a cab because she's going to be alone, she can choose a lady. So these are ideas, this is how the world is changing. These are the people that are changing the world. I won't be surprised if that guy really comes up one day in a Rolls Royce. We made it. So, my dear friend, this is what we do at GNIMS. These are the we have tie-ups with the National Stock Exchange, and our counselors, whenever you get in touch with them, they will tell you a lot more. Every day at GNIMS, we have one event or the other. I'll tell you one more thing about management education, which I think will shock some of you. I hope to shock some of you. The academic topper of the institute is never the placement topper. So if you are the academic topper of the institute, doesn't mean you will get the top placement, which indicates that there is a gap between academics and corporates. Otherwise, if you are a topper of the institute, naturally that you should have gotten the top placement. It doesn't happen because the corporates expect something more than you being an academic. Don't aim to be an academic topper. Doesn't mean that आप पेपर ऐसे ही कुछ मत लिखो, गाय हमारी माता है, हमको सब कुछ आता है, ऐसा लिख के निकल जाओ. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there is a necessary but insufficient condition. It's a necessary condition that you should be reasonably good in academics, but it is not a sufficient condition for you to get the job. The people who get the top placements are people who have clarity, conceptual clarity. They have their placement strategy in place. They are regularly in touch with their mentors and faculties outside the classroom. And the most important thing I'm going to tell you is that a common thing amongst people who get top placements is the fact that they read business newspaper. They are aware. And when the recruiter knows that the student is interested in joining the corporate and is aware of what is happening in the corporate, they're merely saying, I'm interested in XYZ, doesn't help. I should be able to tell you about XYZ, some things about XYZ. Then the recruiter comes to know that he's genuinely interested. That is when placements happen. That is how placements happen. We have a tie-up with the National Stock Exchange, and we run the course of NSE, right? It is mandatory for you to give NCFM and NISM modules as a part of your curriculum in PGDM course. So what happens is, once you have the winter internship, you have the summer internship, and if you are selected, it takes you to another level, summer internship from Teesside University, UK. You have cleared 3 modules of NSE, National Stock Exchange. You have done a certificate course in digital marketing, which is a part. All this, that will give your CV the edge. And if then your placement strategy in place, there is no one who can stop you from getting a placement. I mean, placement is not a problem. The attitude of the student is an issue. So, guys,
Yes.
I didn't follow any script. I just spoke what what I've observed over the years and what I really felt like. I wish you all the best. I hope you apply to our institute. Let us talk about the process, Aditi ma'am.
Yes.
So the first thing is you need to clear the GDPI round. We will be asking for some academic information. We'll be doing a background check. Then there will be a GDPI, there will be a series of interviews. And if you are shortlisted, then you get an offer letter. The fees for PGDM is 6 lakhs, 3 lakhs per year. And if you are shortlisted, you get an offer letter. You have to pay 51,000 rupees, to secure your seat. Regarding the remainder of the fees, there are multiple banks with whom we have a tie-up, so that you can choose any of these banks. You can also avail the installment facility at our institute. You can pay the fees in 8 installments, right? So all these things are possible. The first step
Is there an entrance exam also?
Yeah, of course, there is an entrance exam. There is an ATMA exam, which is going to happen at the end of August, and we can help the student register for ATMA. We, Aditi ma'am, not only help the student register for ATMA, we also provide them with the study material. We also conduct a mock, right? So that the eligibility criteria is taken care of. The first criteria is they should secure more than 50% from a recognized university. The second criteria is they should have given some sort of an aptitude test, which is like, ATMA or CET. So that is what we do, right? Another thing that I wanted to tell you is, we spoke about the fees of PGDM. And
Yes, fees is done.
yeah. So that's all on my part. One thing, I'm going to have a session one day on the right approach to an MBA. So don't approach the MBA PGDM with a PG with a UG attitude. Focus on understanding, focus on application, approach the course with some energy. See, if at 20 you are not energetic, you will never be. If you are not healthy at 30, you will never be. If you are not healthy at 40, you will never be. If you are not wise at 50, you will never be. Right? So that is what we are expecting from you. Apply, okay. When the GDPI is being conducted, 3 things for you to consider. Be dressed in formals. The camera has to be switched on, and the camera has to be static. So that's all on my part. Do you have any questions, anyone?
Now the participants, students, ask anything you feel like
Any
asking.
question? I think.
Sir, I don't think you've left anything out, but still.
No, but I am sure they must be having some questions. I'm
Hmm.
just looking at the chat. I'm seeing Afreen talking to me, Samruddhi talking to me. Samruddhi, would like some more questions? You want some more, any queries that you would have? Are you there? I don't know whether she's there.
Yes, sir, I am here.
Hi, Samruddhi. You are going to ask any questions?
Not yet, sir. Everything is crystal clear.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad. I mean, maybe the question that you would want to ask is, what are the parameters of a good institute? Right? The first thing is that, it should not be a fly-by-night operator. We GNIMS have been in this management game for 20 years now, right? Khalsa, which is our, main college, is an 81-year-old institute. We are
Yes,
situated
sir. I am
right
a
in
Right.
Khalsa student.
the heart of Mumbai, and you can have my contact. I just put it on the chat, my contact number, so
Yeah,
that you
that
can
would be
contact me
great, sir.
anytime you want. This is my contact number, and my email is kapil@gnims. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for listening to what I had to say. I didn't have I didn't follow a particular script. I just spoke about, and whatever I've spoken about is the truth. Right? Thank you so much. Thanks you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
And
you, sir.
sir.
It was
thank
a
you, thank
Thank
great
you,
you,
sir.
session.
thank you. Hope to see you soon. Bye, bye.
Okay. Samruddhi, I've shared his email ID as well.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, no worries. Bye bye. Have a good evening, all of you.
Yeah, same to you, ma'am.